What's going on, everybody? It's Blackjack. Welcome back to Crystalline. As we venture further into the town, I noticed lots of people heading towards the center of the square into a large structure. What do you guys think of that building is over there? There's a lot of buildings here. I don't know which one. Amy glances at the one. Amy glances at where I point and brightens up.
That is exactly where we need to be headed.
Yes, exactly that one. She speeds up, looking pleased. It seems like everyone needs to be there too.
Is there an event going on? What exactly is in there?
Why would I know? You're from this planet, not me. I'm not even from this dimension. But Amy is already out of earshot. We pick up the pace to keep up. When we enter, I'm blown away by the sheer magnitude of this place. It looks exactly like the place we got Amelia from. I just called her Amelia. Amy from. The main doors into the hallway. The main doors open into a hallway which splits into the adjoining wings. One wing is labeled the library. There is a conservatory and a cultural center too. The conservatory does not allow visitors, but the cultural center seems to be hosting some sort of exhibition, and that is where the crowd of people are filtering into. Lana breathes out in wonder. She takes in the hall. Kara cranes her neck to get a better look into the library, while Zach watches the crowd. Amy turns towards us.
The library in Ellendale is renowned for its collection of rare tomes. It is, since we are already aware the Wind Temple is in this vicinity, I hope that by cross-referencing the books in the library with the notes from Elderism, I will be able to narrow down their exact location.
Man, I wish I was drinking. You were like the perfect break for a drink. Leanna nods.
Good idea. Do you need any help?
Amy shakes her head.
I am confident that I will discover the information we need sooner rather than later.
Okay. Kara grins.
You don't have to tell me twice. I've got some business of my own I'd like to take care of while we're here.
Oh, do you? Zach narrows his eyes.
What kind of business?
Oh, Tsundere-chan, you silly person. Kara smiles sweetly.
I had no idea you took such an interest in me.
He crosses his arms. That's exactly what this is. This is Kaori and this is MC from Ace Academy. Except we've Rule 63 the shit out of them.
I just want to make sure you aren't getting into trouble.
That doesn't sound like me.
Alright, why don't we all take some time to relax and explore Ellendale, and meet back up here afterwards.
Hey, listen, I mean, you keep this up. Now she's giving you the eyes. Oh, jeez. Everyone agrees and goes their separate ways. To my surprise, Kara follows Amy into the library. Yeah, that is very surprising. Zach and Leanna both move towards that is also surprising. The exhibitions and seem surprised by each other's choice. I'm gonna say if something interesting is about to happen, isn't it? I take a closer look at the exhibition and see two signs. I guess the reason there are so many people here is because there are two exhibitions going on at once. One is on the illusions of the mind, and the other is about the heroes of Asaria. Leanna and Zach both walk towards the exhibit of illusions. Sure, let's learn about the heroes of Asaria. Actually, I want to go see what Kara's up to. They're gonna give me the chance to go to see all of these anyway. I've learned that. I decided to attend the exhibition to learn more about the history of Asaria. I follow the signs directing me into the Heroes of Asaria exhibit and see a broad wall, not broad. A broad wall with an enlarged portrait of 5 people. Below the portrait is the text Heroes of Asaria. There are a few historical items on display, safely preserved behind cubes of glass. I see a rusty sword which was found at the site of the first battle. On the wall, some information about the War of Asaria. I begin reading. The War of Asaria began with the establishment of Void. Originally, shadow magic practitioners lived in harmony throughout the 3 kingdoms. A small faction became discontent with the status quo and abused the uses of shadow magic. As this faction grew, I need what's her face for this? Amy. It's a lot of dialogue. They became known as Void. They quickly turned into a dominant voice and spread chaos through the kingdoms. The 3 kingdoms. The 3 kingdoms, Wei, Shu, and Wu. No, I'm kidding. Havengard, Vanaea, and Kresmar have been in a constant state of land wars with each other. Apparently Viking land Hawaii and Poland. I don't know. Pushing their borders and boundaries, and did not initially notice the rise of Void through the disarray. Void was free to ravage towns and cities within all three kingdoms, and the destruction was immense. It wasn't until the heroes of Asaria emerged that the tide of war changed. Although originally divided, the three kingdoms realized they had to work together to stop Void, and they collectively supported the efforts of the heroes. With their help, Void was ultimately defeated. And no, they weren't, because they're still alive. The kingdoms recognized that their wars helped carve the way for organizations like Void to grow, and they called a ceasefire. Together they established their borders and found peace. All three kingdoms agreed that shadow magic was too dangerous of an element and banned its use. Thus, the Treaty of Asaria was signed. I'd hear tidbits about the War of Asaria, but this helps me understand the severity of Void's reappearance. They must have really wreaked havoc among the three kingdoms. There's an excerpt here on the Heroes of Asaria as well. Wait a minute! That's the dude from the Rockstar guy from Ace Academy. That's what's his face? Shit, XZ, that's what it is. Dude, why is he here? That's confusing as. Oh, and that's Broodman's. That's Broodman. And this is apparently a Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't know why we have a Yu-Gi-Oh Zexal character here. She's got a ferret on her head. That's cool. And whoever the ultimate fashionista, but now he wants to be Robin Hood. The Heroes of Asaria are the group of 5 people who banded together to defeat Void's operation. Although they came from different places in Asaria, they each had the same goal: to do whatever it took to protect their country and people. Yeah, see, I knew it! XZ grew up in a small town in Vanaea, but not much else is known about his past. Always wearing his classic smirk, he is known for his quick-witted jokes and cheery demeanor. I'm also known for clicking off the screen when I should be on it, but beneath his bright demeanor, he is a formidable mercenary, known for his powerful fire augmentation and martial arts. A natural leader, XZ likes to tackle his problems head-on, apply it directly to the forehead. It is not uncommon for him to be the first to run into battle. After the war, XZ returned to his hometown where he is honored as a hero. Okay. Yeah, let's learn about, I'm sorry, what is that, Rixney? Lenti. Like lentils. Sure, top left, of course. Rixney was a student at Zelachek Academy in Kresmar, where he studied to become a mage. He learned to conjure weapons of pure ice as a specialty of frost magic. When the War of Asaria broke out, Rixney left the academy to join the fighting efforts against Void. Never one to think inside the box, he created and mastered a unique form of materializing weapons of all shapes and sizes. At the end of the war, he was invited to complete his studies at the Mage Academy in Havengard, which he accepted. He adjusted his studies to become a Mage Knight due to his weapon conjuration technique. After graduating, he joined the Mage Guild. He quickly rose through the ranks and earned the highest honor a Mage Knight can achieve, Class S. Alrighty. Alright, sure. The Isabel Selena. Oh, yes, because Selena Kyle. Isabel is a skilled archer from the desert dunes of Vanaea. Living in the harsh climate of the desert forced her to grow up quickly. She had a natural proficiency with a bow, and it wasn't long before she became deadly accurate with her shots. Paired with her casting ability, she is a dangerous opponent and a great asset to the team. She uses the environment to her advantage to target her enemies without being seen. Isabel began tracking Void's operations at the start of the war, and was one of the main reasons the heroes were able to quickly find Void encampments. After the war, Isabel disappeared. No one has been able to track her movements, but many say that where there may be shadow magic, Isabel will be there to deal justice. Wait a minute, tracking Void carries a bow. Could the woman Broodman talk to you in Wolfston have been Isabel? Yes! My eyes widen. I briefly met one of the heroes of Asaria. That's awesome! Sure, the ultimate fashionista, Robin Ostergaard. Robin spent his younger years in Havengard. He was a lively man who had a fondness for song and a knack for poetry. Kind and gentle in nature, he was often found reading the texts of past histories. Even in his youth, he had a passion for helping others. He had a skill for wind magic, but he used his casting to protect others, and only when he felt the situation was dire. Regardless of how infrequently he chose to cast, it did not lessen just how powerful a mage he was. After the war's end, Robin disappeared. Many believed he may have been killed in battle. Lame. Nevertheless, Asaria chooses to remember him for the hero he is, a savior of the kingdoms. Okay, Odessa, you're last. Odessa can always be spotted with a loyal pet mink, Maeva. She grew up in Havengard and was a proud student of the Mage Academy. She excelled in her studies and was always in the top of her class. Overachiever. Upon graduation, she was invited to join the Mage Guild. A skilled firecaster, it is no surprise that she was selected to assist the guild during the battles against Void. Her magical proficiency and understanding of alchemy made her a valuable addition. After the war, she returned to her alma mater in Havengard, where she became a professor. Her expertise continues to shape the young minds of our future mages today. Have you been helping... Oh, wait, she's fire, so maybe she's been helping, what's-her-face? With the name, Amy. But what's-her-face with the name? This is pretty interesting. I can see why the heroes are so respected. Cool! I continued browsing the exhibit until I seen all that there is to see. I wanna see what Kara's up to. See what Kara's up to. Yes. Kara said she's going to take care of some business in the library. I wonder what she's up to. She's gonna sell the book. I head into the library and find her among the shelves. Hey, Kara. She smiles.
Hey there.
Hey. Checking out the selection?
You could say that. I'm wondering if I have something that might interest them.
She pulls out the faded tome. I knew it. She's gonna try to sell the book she found in the Herb Temple.
If this library is as extensive as Amy says, maybe they're looking to expand their collection.
Couldn't hurt to ask. I browsed the books along the shelves. It looks like they've got other old books here too. She pulls out a book and inspects its cover, then grins as she puts it back.
They've got Aria's texts.
Who? Who? Yeah, who were they?
The ancient civilization here. They're the people who would have built the Wind Temple. If they've got Aria's tomes, then they're sure to be interested in what I've got.
I am. Interested in what you've got. Not the book. Kara confidently approaches the librarian.
Perhaps you could assist me.
The librarian glances down his nose at Kara and sniffs disdainfully. Hey, listen, don't you do that to Kara. Kara's best girl.
Perhaps.
Ignoring his haughtiness, Kara pulls out the book and places it in front of him.
Would you be interested in a Gaian text?
He leans closer to inspect it.
Where did you acquire this?
None of your beeswax.
From one of the ruins.
Okay, fine.
Unlike most of texts found, this one is very atypical. It's actually a children's book.
Surprise slips through his demeanor.
A children's book?
A children's book? I have the fucking Game Grumps Trauma Center playthrough. A children's book? Cranberries? Oh, what's this about a children's book? You say you got it from a cave. A cave? Maybe there's some cranberries hanging around the cave. I want to go to this cave now. And the Kara carefully flips through the pages to show off the illustrations.
Yes, and you can tell it's Gaian based on the calligraphy.
She points to two different places on the page.
The Gaian's language didn't use punctuation, while the other ancient civilizations, such as the Uri, did. And the parchment itself is out of an animal hide, which is typical of Gaian culture.
Kara continues to spout more and more facts. The more she talks, the more impressed the librarian seems. By the end of her speech, his frown is replaced with an interested grin. He further inspects the book and then nods in satisfaction.
Fascinating. And you're hoping to donate it to our library?
Ha! Get fucked! You're paying us money for this.
Well, donate for a small fee.
Ah, of course.
He lists a number, which Kara pleasantly counters, then they go back and forth for a little while before the librarian finally nods. The two of them disappear for a few minutes before Kara returns with a small pouch. She grins as she safely tucks away her pouch. How'd it go?
Not bad. I was hoping I could get a little more, but I still ended up with more than the initial offer. That's a win in my book.
Oh, Kara. So resourceful, so smirked. I can't help but be a little impressed. It should be more than just a little impressed. It must have shown on my face as Kara looks at me questioningly.
What is it?
Wanna go on a date? I'm impressed you know so much history. I thought you'd use your body to convince him. Oh, come on. Although I'm curious what this will say, though. That was the first time I saw that you use your words to convince someone of a deal instead of other means. Really? Because that's not the first. This is not the first. Kara laughs.
You have to know your audience. Obviously, my other means wouldn't have worked based on that initial look he gave me.
Yeah, duh.
You, on the other hand, can be very easily distracted.
This is very, very true. Anyway, date? Kara bounces slightly and my eyes are glued to the jiggle of her chest. Huh? What? Kara laughs again.
Why don't we go check out the shops?
Sure. Whoa, that was weird. I didn't think that was gonna be the next line. Sure, it'll be nice to see more of the city. Kara and I leave the building and wander the cobbled streets until we come upon the marketplace. Okay, I'm curious about one more thing. Nothing really. You seem to really know your stuff. I heard you explaining to the librarian how the book was
All
dying.
in a day's work. It's important to do your research in my line of business. Don't want to be ripped off.
Yep.
Why don't we go check out the shops?
Okay, one
What is
more.
it?
I'm just curious what... Teach me your haggling skills one day will come in handy back in Bazada.
Speaking of haggling,
Uh-huh.
why don't we go check out the shops?
Oh, okay, that's fine. We browse a few of the storefronts. Kara mostly ignores the clothing shops and sees we're interested in the stores selling trinkets and antiques. While Kara peers through the window of a shop, I overhear a father and son talking in front of a sweet shop. Is it like a sweet shop, or is it like a sweets shop? The boy claps happily as his father hands... Oh, yes, it's sweet shops. Sweets. Father hands him candy. His dad grins equally as wide.
I'm proud of you, son. Remember to keep up your studies. Maybe one day you can grow up to be a mage.
One day. Who knows? I don't know when.
Thanks, Dad.
Oh, thanks, Dad. I love you, Dad. You're my favorite dad ever. I recall my father's face and how he looked when I brought home my first A. He looked just as proud and happy as that man with his son. He took me out for ice cream as a reward and told me to keep my grades up. I haven't had ice cream in a long time. I really should have some. What is he doing now? Does he even know that I'm missing? Uh-oh. Well, this is about to get sad. Let's save. A hand waves in front of my face. It's Kara.
Hello? Are you still there?
Kara looks concerned. Huh? Sorry, what's going on?
You okay there?
I'm homesick. Kara, make me not homesick. Sorry, I saw that father and son over there, and it just reminded me of home. My dad used to buy me ice cream as a reward for doing well in school when I was young. Ice cream makes me remember all these things. Kara's expression softens.
You never really talk about home. Sometimes it's hard to remember that everything is so up in the air for you.
Yeah.
One minute you were living life as usual, and then in an instant all of that was ripped away and your life turned completely upside down.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time. I feel so alone. If only we could fix that. Oh, you're not making eye contact. Okay. Kara's voice increases as she talks. She seems to know exactly how I feel. Sounds like you've dealt with something similar. Kara looks surprised and laughs bitterly.
Nothing quite as extreme as being transported to another world.
You're an orphan! Finally release the truth! It's gonna happen. But something did happen. She goes quiet. Sorry, I didn't mean to pry. No, pry anyway. Don't pry. Please, don't ever do that. It's just unexpected since you've always been so confident. I got the impression you like traveling alone, and it's hard to imagine you'd be unable to handle yourself. Kara smiles softly.
I wasn't always like that. When I was young, I lived with my father in a big town. I went to school and gossiped with my friends and played with dolls just like every other little girl.
I can't imagine you playing with dolls. I could. I totally could. I can see it. She laughs.
I love them. It's a bit embarrassing how many I had. My friends always liked to come to my house because I had all the popular dolls back in the day.
Yeah, all the Barbies, all the Bratz dolls, all the troll dolls, all of them. You realize I can't keep this information to myself, right?
Little girls like dolls. I'm not ashamed.
As you shouldn't be. It's like if somebody was like, you played Pokemon as a kid? It's like, yeah, kids fucking loved Pokemon. It was like the most popular thing amongst kids in like 1997. Fuck, I'm old.
Anyway, sometimes things happen out of your control, and all you can do is roll with the punches. I'm sorry that you've been feeling alone, and that it's taken me so long to notice.
I know. You can fix this. Fuck Zach. Fuck that guy. don't know what to pick here. Alright, fine. We'll go with the nice, heartwarming, positive message. I don't feel so alone after talking to you. Kara grins mischievously.
You should save lines like that for Leanna.
No! That's, we aren't exclusive. Is that how Leanna feels? 'Cause I'm not sure. Yeah, go on the defensive. I think it'll be funny. No. Actually, I'm kind of curious. Because she would spend a lot more time around Leanna. I'm curious about this line. I'm not sure Leanna feels the same way. What? Kara chuckles and sighs.
If only you knew what she says about you behind closed doors.
What does she say? Kara just smiles and sighs again. Tell me! She winks.
You should ask her yourself.
Okay, I'll just save then. She glances down the road.
Let's keep going.
I nod. We walk around for a while longer to explore the city. We eventually return to the library and exhibition hall and part ways. Alright, fine. Let's see what this could possibly do. Illusions of the mind sounds like it can be interesting. Some of them are really clever. Enter the exhibit and catch up with Leanna and Zach. Hey, you guys! Zach nods.
Hey! I didn't know you liked illusions of the mind.
I love them. I love illusions so much that I decided to pick this one last. They can be fun. Leanna smiles and nods. The room is filled with different paintings and sculptures. People mill around each piece, squinting in concentration and quietly discussing. And we decided to start at one end of the room and work our way down. The first piece is one I'm very familiar with. It's a 2D painting of colored spirals. Leanna gasps.
It looks like it's moving.
Zach nods in agreement. We move on to the next one. It's a drawing of an elephant, but something seems off. Both Leanna and Zach squint at it. It's missing a leg.
Yeah.
Zach leans closer.
Wait, no it isn't.
Leanna counts.
Only 4 legs, but there looks like there should be more.
This is confusing. We murmur in agreement as we move on. I wish we could actually see, like, the thing. As we study the next image, my face turns bright red. Is that a naked woman?
Dancing figures.
Leanna nods. Really? That's what you see? The two of them give me strange glances. You know you saw the naked woman and you know you did.
Yes? What are you seeing?
You saw it too. You know you saw a naked woman. Pretend I see... No, a naked woman. A woman. They blink. Of the less than clothed variety. Leanna's cheeks turn pink as she studies the image.
What? Really? How?
Look, it's so obvious. She squints.
I don't see...
You're pink. You saw it. Leanna's eyes widen.
Maybe we should move on.
Her cheeks are flushed as she hurries on to the next image. I bet she finally saw it. We pass a few more images and both Zach and Leanna are in agreement. It's like the fucking, is the dress blue and black, or is it gold and white? If you don't see it this way, you're stupid. So that's kind of what that whole argument felt like. What they see in each one. They spotted the old man in the old man, or the woman image. They saw a swan in the rabbit or swan image. I completely read all of that wrong, and my brain couldn't handle that. Every time they'd agree, they'd grin at each other, and sometimes they'd even share glances if they were in on the secret no one else knew. It's a bit uncanny how in sync they are with each other right now. Maybe they should start dating and I can have Kara. I've never seen them get along so well before, or Zach smiles so much at once. As we pause at the next illusion, a man ponders the image thoughtfully. He wears a black robe with gold stripes. Oh, great. And I literally just talked about that stupid dress, and here we go. And a mess of blonde hair sits atop his head. His blue eyes squint intently at the image as he ponders the illusion.
All of these images hold so much meaning. They're the epitome of understanding that not everything is as it seems. If you change your perspective, you're told a completely different story.
Thanks, Delzik, or should I call you Zuko with blonde hair? Also, you read at an impressively slow pace.
I see these images and I wonder what it is the artist is trying to share. Which story is theirs? The one that I see first, or the one I understand after further study?
They're both true.
This piece has been especially interesting.
It's really breathy. He turns to us. I'm just like I'm obviously just having fun.
Tell me, what do you see in this picture?
I see a turtle dove. Okay, Leanna and Zach share a knowing looking grin.
It's obvious.
Yep.
Yep, it's turtle dove. They answer simultaneously. Turtle dove.
Faces.
Faces. Oh.
Vases.
Vases. Wait, what? The two of them freeze and their eyes are wide in shock.
You meant to say faces, right?
I'm gonna save. This sounds like this can go off the rails really quick.
No, they're clearly vases.
Good, and I'm glad you say vases, not vases.
No, they're faces.
Unless faces look like vases to you, you're very wrong.
Oh, wow. Now this is getting nasty. Leanna shakes her head.
How could you have been so right about all the others and so wrong about this one?
Actually,
Uh-oh.
in that last illusion, I didn't see a swan. I saw a rabbit!
He said that with such like conviction. It's just like he's like Phoenix Wright. I saw a rabbit. It's like objection. Leanna gasps.
I trusted you.
It's Zach. Why would you?
I thought that was the only time. But I see now that you've been wrong this whole time.
Yeah, and I saw the naked woman. So both of you are always wrong.
You're the one who's wrong.
No, there's no need to...
Leanna and Zach glare at him.
Not now.
Leanna suddenly rests her gaze at me.
What do you see?
I see Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Because it's the taste you can see. Anyway, happy waifu, I see faces. Sisters before misters, I see faces. Bros before hoes, I see faces. Sure, just because I've never heard anyone ever say happy waifu, happy laifu before. I see faces too. Leanna grins smugly.
Ha!
Zach shakes his head. I have a feeling he's gonna say something.
You two are perfect for each other. You have equally bad taste.
Okay, never mind. He said, okay, that's not what I thought he was gonna say. Leanna and I react at the same time. Perfect for each other.
Bad taste?
She looks at me. I mean, bad taste?
Wait, what did you say?
I saw faces? Her smug grin returns and she swims back to Zach.
That's right. See? They're faces.
Yeah, not heels. I mean vases. Zach sighs.
You're free to believe what you want, even if it's wrong.
She ignores his last comment, content with her win. The philosopher chimes in before the two of them can continue bickering.
Have you considered the possibility that you're both right?
No, Delzik! Only one can be right! Leanna and Zach stop arguing and look at him.
This illusion tells two independent stories, intertwined in a single piece of art. The precision, the illusion, wrapped in perfect symmetry.
Not gonna lie, Delzik sounds like he would be perfect for an ASMR video. Like, he should be an ASMR YouTuber. Like, just get, like, hold on. Can we try this for a second? Config. Yeah, background music. Just gonna turn that off for a second. Okay. Let's try this real quick, okay.
To understand another perspective, instead of being rigid in one's own perception, that is the true intention.
Oh, sorry. I gotta get really close to the mic for that. Hold on. No, hold on. Okay, we'll wait for one more line up for him. Leanna and Zach nod slowly, as if fully understanding and taking in what he said. Calm and pensive, they face each other again.
I guess it's possible that they're vases.
I'm glad your eyes are finally working.
Oh, great! I'm so glad that you're not. You're being a dick still.
What? You jerk! You're supposed to say you see faces!
Yeah.
Why would I agree with something wrong?
The arguments resume, and I sigh deeply. Not this again. My gaze wanders the room, and I glance wistfully at the. Okay, all right, hold on. Let's go back, cause I just wanna hear him. Hold on, give me 1 sec.
Have you considered the possibility that you're both right? This illusion tells two independent stories, intertwined in a single piece of art. The precision, the illusion, wrapped in perfect symmetry.
Like, can't you hear it? You can hear that, right? Like, that. This is an ASMR video guy, like, waiting to happen. The sun is beginning to dip in the sky. I better go check on Amy and see if she's made any progress. After entering the library, I spot Amelia at a secluded table surrounded by a book. I spot Amelia at a secluded table surrounded by a mountain of books. She doesn't hear me approach. Hey, Amy.
Hello.
She doesn't look up from her textbook. Great. Did you make any progress? Finally, she looks up at me.
Yes, I did.
Okay. She gestures the book around her.
All of these texts include data on the 100 floating isles. I have spent the afternoon gathering and analyzing all of that information.
Floating isles? Wait, did you just say floating isles? Well, holy shit. Wow, this predictive text, me not talking well, still is a thing. Amy blinks. Oh shit. Yes, as in they're hovering in the air. Yes, you don't seem surprised by this. Of course not. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. The islands float due to the magical dispersion in this area. This is a natural phenomenon which has been around since the time of the ancients. Sorry about that. Do people live on these islands?
No, it is not logical nor conducive for habitation. Most of the islands are far too small for colonization, and those which are large enough to hold a small population are not suited for civilization.
Okay, there were a lot of, first of all, what happened to that first part? Second of all, that was a lot of Asians. Like, a lot of them. Like, it was like she was trying to, like, go all Dr. Seuss on me for a second.
But because they have been mostly untouched, the Isles are still one of the most beautiful natural wonders of Isaria.
Sweet. Okay, but if no one lives on the Isles, then why are we studying them? Why are you studying them?
It is highly likely that the Wind Temple was built upon one of those isles. Based on my hypothesis, the temple would be built on the site of the highest concentration of energy.
Oh? Amy nods and begins to explain her scribe notes. The rest of the group slowly trickles in. Zack and Leanna arrive first, and a short while later, Kara follows.
If my calculations are correct, the temple should be located in this region.
The nether regions? No, I'm kidding. She opens up the book, opens up one of the books to a map and points to a cluster of islands. That's great, but we still have a problem. The islands are floating. How are we supposed to get up there?
Wind magic would solve that predicament.
Ah, yes, wind magic. How? Everyone focuses on Leanna.
That's true. While I can use wind magic to jump from isle to isle, it's impossible for me to manipulate enough energy to be able to float everyone.
Alright, looks like it's just you by yourself. Have fun!
I could float myself and perhaps assist one other person.
Obviously, that second person would be him.
Alright, fine. It's just me and Leanna, then. We're gonna do it in the air temple. I mean, she's gonna carry me to the air temple. Zack gestures at me. Makes sense. I'm the only person who can absorb the energy.
What about the rest of us?
I don't know. Play tic-tac-toe, kick rocks. Don't worry, Kara, I'll bring you back some souvenirs from the temple. Kara laughs.
I appreciate that, but we should still be close by. The least we can do is keep watch.
Please don't! That's been the problem thus far.
We can set up at the edge of the first isle and wait for their return.
Kara nods.
That sounds good to me.
There's still some distance for us to travel to reach the Isles. We can cross that distance as a group and split up from there.
Okay.
Yes, but tomorrow. It's already growing dark, so we should rest tonight.
Yes.
Let's go find an inn then.
Yep. We gotta find the inn. Once in agreement, we help Amy clean up and then return to the streets. Now that the sun is set, the cold seeps through my clothes and chills my skin. A shiver crawls down my spine. Lana blows on her hands.
The change in temperature is really apparent without the sun.
I can help fix that. Amy glances at Leanna.
If you are cold, perhaps we should inquire whether the Flushed Mermaid has any rooms. Their rooms are more luxurious than the inns we may be used to, but there is a fireplace in each room. I do believe they provide heat stones we may request to slip in our beds, should the blankets be insufficient.
Flush Mermaid, is this like the double tree?
Plus, their hot springs are open for guest usage.
Somebody say hot springs. Looks like we're gonna have a steamy next episode. See what I did there? Kara perks up.
Did you just say hot springs?
Damn right I did, and I'm just as excited as you are.
Yes, that is,
We're going.
You had me at hot springs. Let's go there.
Ah, yes! She begins to push Amy in a random direction.
This is the incorrect way. The inn is towards the west.
Alright, start pushing this bitch the other way. Let's go.
To the west.
Yes, to the window! Anyway. Alrighty, Kara hurries Amy towards the west as the rest of us follow along. Alright, let's go ahead and take a break here, because, as mentioned, next episode might go a little steamy. Just a little steamy. So, we'll go ahead and save that one just for that episode. Thank you all so much for watching. If you've enjoyed today's content, go ahead and leave a like down below in the video, subscribe, and tell me what you thought about this episode of Crystalline. I don't have anything else to say here. So I guess just a goodbye and a good night. I guess that should suffice. That should suffice. Put the end cards somewhere up here, and let's call it a day.